Hello and welcome to my science tutorials. In today's video, we want to look at magnetic flux density likely examination questions. Before we begin, if you are new to my science tutorials, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification icon so that you do not miss any of our latest tutorials on biology, chemistry, mathematics, and physics. So let's go ahead. So we have the problem for today's example as a wire carrying a current of 15 amperes is 2 meters long. If it is placed in a field of flux density of 8.0 times 10 raised to the power -5 Tesla, we are to calculate the force on the wire when it is at I 90 degrees to the field and then II 45 degrees to the field. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at how we solve this particular problem. Solution. Now, before we go ahead and look at the solution for this problem, I want to take you through a little bit of what magnetic flux density is. So, magnetic flux density is given mathematically as B is equal to this sign on A, okay, where our B is what we call the magnetic flux density. This is our magnetic flux density, magnetic flux density, and then this sign is what we call the magnetic flux or magnetic flux, and then the A is the cross-sectional area perpendicular to the field. So we have our cross-sectional area. This means that for us to be able to calculate the magnetic flux density of a particular field, it is equal to the magnetic flux divided by the cross-sectional area perpendicular to that particular field. Now, because the cross-sectional area is perpendicular to the field, if it occurs at a particular angle, then the formula changes. So assuming the magnetic flux occurs at a particular angle perpendicular to the field, it means our area now becomes, instead of A, it now becomes A cos theta, where theta is the angle at which the magnetic flux occurs. So this means that our formula becomes B is equal to the magnetic flux on A cos theta. If we take that in mind, it means for us to be able to calculate our magnetic flux now becomes BA cosine theta. If we want to find the force associated with this magnetic flux, the force becomes BIL sine theta, where our F is the force and then B is our magnetic flux density. Our I is the current that we have passing through the circuit. So our I is the current passing through the circuit, and then our L becomes the length of the circuit. So we have the length of the conductor or the circuit. So which means that for us to be able to solve this particular problem, we need to use this formula to solve this particular problem, as the question demands that we calculate the force on the wire when it is at these two different angles that we have over here. So let me quickly erase what we have over here so that we go ahead and look at the solution for this particular problem. Alright, so let's proceed to look at the I. So we have I 90 degrees to the field. We know that the force on the wire when we have a current passing through a magnetic flux is given to us by F is equal to BIL sine the angle theta. So For us to calculate the force, it's very easy. We have F is equal to, our B is what we call the magnetic flux density, which has been given to us to be 8.0 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 5. Then we multiply that by the current passing through the wire. The current is 15 amperes. And then multiplied by the L, which is the length of the wire carrying the current. So that is what 2, that is what we have over here, multiplied by sine of the angle 90 degrees. So from here, if we multiply everything that we have over here, we are going to get an answer of 0.00237, okay, which is approximately equal to 0.0024 newtons as our answer. Or if you want to write it in standard form, you have 2.4 times 10 raised to the power minus 3 newtons as the force associated when we have the current of 15 amperes in a wire of 2 meters long in a flux density of 8.0 times 10 raised to the power minus 5. Now let's calculate the force associated, or the force that is present in the wire when the angle is no longer 90 but rather 45 degrees. So we have 45 degrees to the field. So this means that our force is still equal to BIL sine theta. Everything else will be the same except for the angle that will change from 90 degrees to 45 degrees. So we have 8.0 times 10 raised to the power minus 5 as our magnetic flux density, multiplied by 15, which is the current, multiplied by 2, which is the length of the wire, and then multiplied by sine. The angle is now 45 degrees. If we compute this into our calculator, we are going to get a value of 0.00155,867, which is equal to 0.00156 newtons as our force, or 1.56 times 10 raised to the power minus 3 newtons. So let's go ahead and look at another example. So we have a charge of 1.6 times 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulombs enters a magnetic field of flux density 2.0 Tesla with a velocity of 2.5 times 10 raised to the power 7 meters per second at an angle of 30 degrees to the field. We are to calculate the magnitude of the force exerted on the charge by the field. So let's go ahead and look at the solution for this problem. So the question demands that we calculate the magnitude of the force exerted by the charge. Now, if you have a charge present in a field or a magnetic field density moving at a particular velocity, the force present in that particular field becomes F is equal to BQV sine theta, where our B is what we call the magnetic flux density or the flux density. Our Q is the charge, okay, on the particle or the charged particle, and then our V is the velocity of the charge, the velocity at which the charged particle is moving, and then theta we know is the angle, okay, the angle at which the charged particle is moving in the field density. So for us to be able to compute the field, the force in this case, our force is equal to our B, which is our field density, which is 2 over here, 2.0, multiplied by our Q, which is our charge, is 1.6 times 10 raised to the power minus 19, multiplied by our V, the velocity, which is 2.5 times 10 raised to the power 7, multiplied by sine the angle we have over here is 30 degrees. So this is equal to, if we compute everything we have over here into our calculator, we are going to get 3.63 times 10 raised to the power negative 12 Newton as our answer. So rounding this to the nearest whole number, we have our answer to be 4.0 times 10 raised to the power negative 12 newtons as the force or the magnitude of the force exerted by the charge in the field. Let's look at another example. A 10 microcoulomb charge moves with a velocity of 1.0 times 10 raised to the power 5 meters per second at right angle to a uniform magnetic field of flux density 0.5 Tesla. We are to calculate the force on the charge due to the field. So this is simple. It's just like the previous example that we did. Our force is equal to BQV sine theta. Our B, we said, is the flux density. Our Q, we said, is the charge. And then our V is the velocity. And we know that theta is the angle at which the charge moves in the flux density. So our force is equal to our B, which is the flux density, is given to us as 0.5 Tesla, multiplied by the charge, which is 10 times 10 raised to the power minus 6 coulombs that we have over here, multiplied by the velocity, which is 1.0 times 10 raised to the power 5 meters per second. Sine the angle. The angle we have over here, they said, is right angle to a uniform magnetic field. Now, when you have a charge moving at a right angle to a uniform magnetic field, the angle associated is 90 degrees. So which means our angle over here is 90 degrees. This means our force is now equal to, if we multiply everything we have over here into our calculator, we are going to get 0.4938 newtons as our force. And then if we round this to one decimal place, we are going to get 0.5 newtons as the answer of the force, or the force exerted on the charge due to the field. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.